Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk and I've been doing retail arbitrage selling on Amazon for 4.5 years. We're going into like my 5th calendar year now, which is kind of crazy that I've been doing it this long, but I actually really love it and I have no plans to stop anytime soon. So today I am sitting out on my property here in Oklahoma, which is just mind-blowing to even say. I've never owned a house, I've never owned anything. I've done, besides the RV, I've only ever rented apartments. So it is pretty exciting to be out here on my own land. And I actually took the four-wheeler out and set up on the hill here. It's everything you can see behind me, like that field, everything that's like a hay field, all part of the property here. It's super exciting. Let's see, I am sitting here, like hopefully one day this will be a pool, actually looking out, and there'll be houses back there, but that's a long ways off. So for now, I'm just excited to be spending the day out here. So if you want to know more about how I'm building out the land and all that kind of stuff, about personal stuff, everything that's not Amazon, I have another channel. It is linked below if you want to check that out. I'll be adding more vlogs, travel vlogs, because I'm not done traveling, building out the shops, all that kind of stuff. So again, if you want to check that out, it's there. We've got like a random cow. So earlier, this video's taking a turn, but anyways, if you want to know, so there's a mama cow up here and a baby cow, and the baby cow was literally right over there. However, it ran away and now I think the mom is looking for it. So if you hear cows, it's a neighbor who we're just letting them keep their cows on the property, because why not? So that's probably the most fun part of this whole entire video, because now we're gonna get into the not so fun stuff, taxes. So I'm just talking income tax on this video. I have a couple other videos that go over sales tax. I am not an expert in sales tax or income tax or any kind of tax or law at all. So this is just what I'm telling you, the reports I pull for my own taxes when I have it, now that I have a tax person, the reports I pull for them. So this is just all the kind of stuff that I know, but again, always consult with a tax professional on your Amazon business. So I have always done my own taxes my whole tax adult life. I've used TurboTax, I think 2 years out of all the years paying taxes that I have actually gone to someone, but at the end of the day, I was like, I could have done that myself. So I'm a big fan of TurboTax, and I did TurboTax for the first 3 years of my Amazon business. But now that I have multiple businesses and companies, I do have a tax professional that I use and I love. And so I highly recommend, if you can, just kind of ask your friends and family to see who they use and who they recommend, and just, usually the consultation call is free. So anyways, all that to say, definitely get a tax professional if you want one, or try it yourself. TurboTax is awesome because the first year I did Amazon selling, I actually did I think it's like a $50 upgrade or something. I'm not sure how much it is, but you can talk to someone after you've done all your taxes on TurboTax. You can call someone and they will be like, yeah, it all looks good, or change whatever. This is not an ad for TurboTax. I just used them, so I know them, and as always, I just talk about what I know. So there's a couple of reports that you want to pull from your Seller Central account to give to your tax person or have on hand when you are doing your taxes. The first is your inventory valuation report. It's telling you everything that you have on hand at the end of the year. You should pull this as close to the end of the year if you can, and also you could just pull it, you can pick your dates to pull it anytime, but it is strongly recommended towards the beginning of January to go ahead and pull this report. Again, it's telling you your cost of goods, the inventory that you have on hand, which is part of what goes into your income taxes. Don't ask me how. On TurboTax, it's literally a number you put in there, and your CPA will want to know it as well if you have one. So to pull the report, you first want to log into your Seller Central account, and then you'll go to Reports, Fulfillment Reports. Here you have the inventory section, so show more. And you want this report here, your monthly inventory history. We're going to click on the download tab, and then we want exact months, and we're going to do January 2021 to, I'm filming this in December, it's the day after Christmas, so I don't actually have it right now, but it would say December 2021, and then you're going to request your download. You could do either one. I open them in Google Sheets, so it doesn't really matter. So here you can see it has the SKU that you made, which is really helpful because it's going to help you know how much you have on hand. So here in this column, I would just add another column and put my cost. And so all I do is I do the cost I paid for it times how many are left on hand at the end of the year, and now I know how much. You can total that up at the bottom, and now I know how much inventory, cost of inventory I have on hand. Again, this is something that your tax person is going to want. So that's the first one. Pretty easy and straightforward. A little bit that you have to do, but it's just easy calculations. And if you have your SKUs like I have mine, where I say, you know, I got it at Walmart and it was $4.99, then that makes it really easy to go ahead and $4.99, like go down and add in all your costs. The other report is obviously your income report from Amazon, right? So it's a 1099 if you've done over $20,000 in transactions or 200 transactions. So if you only did 180 order transactions, then if you did over 20,000 for those 180, you would get a 1099. If you did not, you will not get a 1099. But fear not, there is a report that you can pull regardless if you got a 1099 or not that tells you exactly the same thing. In fact, it tells you more, so I definitely recommend pulling it. The 1099 from Amazon is just like a contractor, right? Like they are paying you money. It's technically a 1099K, which is like third party payment processing. There's Amazon's processing those payments for you, and so you get a 1099. It's going to show you that you made like however much money, right, that Amazon sent you. But as we know, that is not actually profit. That's not money you made, which is why you want to pull this other report to have all your expenses, because it's going to pull it all up together. Like Amazon says, say they sent you 80,000 over the course of the year, right? But you're like, yeah, I didn't profit 80,000. I actually spent 40,000 on all my inventory, and then there was all the fees. And so that really takes your taxable income down. Again, not an expert in any sense of the word. This is just what happens when I fill out my TurboTax. So it's gonna look like you got a lot of money, and you're gonna be like, what, I have to pay taxes on this? But you just keep putting in all your business expenses, and thus you will come down to what your taxable income profit really was. So if you met that threshold, you would go here to, again, reports and tax document library, and then all of your 1099s are here. It looks like I have 5 because for whatever reason last year they messed it up, so it looks like they gave me 2. Since they messed it up for me last year, I don't know why. They said they paid me so little compared to what they actually paid me, and when I asked for a new one, they just said they couldn't do that. So anyways, I pulled this other report because it does give you the actual money, actual expenses, and all that kind of stuff. So to pull that report, which you should do, so now we've got your inventory valuation, we've got the 1099, which you may or may not get. Now we're gonna head into your custom payments report, which will tell you everything that Amazon paid you, all the money you paid for shipping, expenses, commissions, all that fees that you paid to Amazon. You'll see it here. So for this one, we're gonna go to reports and payments. We're gonna click up here, date range report. You're going to click generate report, and you want the summary because you want to see everything for the whole entire year. And again, you're going to put your dates. So we're going to do January 1st, and then you would do December 31st and hit generate. Now it's going to schedule it for me because, again, I'm the day after Christmas, so it's not technically December 31st, so it's scheduling it for me. However, I did pull one for a previous video, and so it would just pop up here, download. It's really easy, everything on one page PDF that looks like this. It tells you literally everything. So it's telling you your FBA, selling fees, transaction fees, inventory service fees, shipping labels that you purchases, other service fees, inventory adjustments. It's going to tell you the tax that you paid. It's going to tell you how much was actually transferred to your bank, which again is not, you know, actual profit. It's just what they transferred. It's going to tell you all your promotional rebates, shipping credits, FBA sale refunds, anything that's income or expense for your Amazon business. Again, these are all things that you'll want to deduct as expenses to your business, right? You paid all those fees. So again, all of this is pretty easy in TurboTax. For me anyways, it was easy. If things are complicated or you just don't want the headache, I am a huge fan of having someone else do it for me. Other things you want to go ahead and pull for your taxes or your tax person, whatever it is, you're getting ready for taxes, right? You want to pull all your expenses. So if you should be having everything completely separate. So your business transactions all go on one card or credit card or checking account, whatever it is, it's all separate. You don't have anything personal on there. That makes it super easy to just go ahead and pull your bank statements and say, okay, this was for this was that software I use, this is Inventory Lab, all that kind of stuff, tax deductions. So you want to make sure you have all of your expenses, And then you want to also make sure you have all your receipts. Now you don't necessarily, I used to use Dext, used to be called Receipt Bank, and I would scan in all my receipts. I don't do that anymore. I just save them all because I use QuickBooks. Now there's a lot of different accounting software out there you could use. You could use GoDaddy, or I think it's called GoDaddy Bookkeeping. There's obviously QuickBooks, which I am now a huge fan of. It is not all that hard. It's just like anything, you have to get used to it and learn it, right? But it's pretty easy. And so once I say a purchase for Inventory Labs is software, is always categorizing it as software to my business expense. So I really like those bookkeeping services. If you haven't used it at this point, why don't you go ahead and start this year? Again, even paying for QuickBooks is a tax write-off for your business. So if you have the funds available, I highly recommend it. It just makes your life easier. So anything that was an expense to your business, you want to go ahead and track and keep track. And when you go on TurboTax, it'll say enter in, like, did you use software? What's your mileage? All kinds of questions that I ask you. Your CPA, your tax accountant, whoever you're using for your taxes should also ask you. If they don't, just go ahead and give it to them. As I said, I am not a tax expert. I'm just a girl who does her taxes. So I hope this video was helpful and kind of told you what reports to go ahead and pull. I also have a blog which outlines this all as well. It's sometimes easier than just watching a video. So if you want to know how to pull all those reports, I'll link the blog below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. I am super excited to move out here onto the land, but I won't be anytime soon because we are going to hit the road again and travel some. But I will still be back here every Monday for another Amazon selling video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again next week.